It's 10 seconds, the final countdown. It's the final countdown. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Here it is. It's the first game of the final of the 1 versus 1 Invitational Tournament, Arabia Invitational Tournament. It's gonna be Vinchester against Mr. Yo. I'm gonna put here the friend or foe colors. It's just better for everyone. I've got the feeling. And I'm right now on the point of view of Vinchester. He's playing with the blue color here at the right side of the map. It's a Hun's Forge, as we said before. Playing on the very left side of the map is Mr. Yo here with a red color. If you guys have got trouble following the game, and if you guys are just not very used to see an Age of Empires cast, make sure to keep a look, to keep your eyes always on the mini-map, just to know where am I looking at this point. Because you can see there's sort of a square here that shows you where am I currently seeing in the map. And I'm right now on the point of view from Vinchester. I'm going to start making a small analysis of his map. And so far, I can see that he's got a terrible wood. You guys probably don't know this, but Age of Empires has got, well, we don't have mirrored maps like many RTS games. We've got randomly generated maps. Of course, not absolutely random. There's still a couple of parameters that the map generation would always try to follow. But in this case, you can see that Vinchester did not spawn with a very good map here. He's got a very short wood patch here at the south left side of his base. That's the one he's going to take. I guess he could have chosen to go to this one right here. He wasn't able to scouted enough, so he didn't know. He's gonna go for this one here. The good thing is it's gonna be protected. It's gonna be easy to wall from this side, but still a little bit far away from it. It's just not too much. It's just not too much wood right there, right? So it's gonna make it a little bit inefficient. The gold is not in a very nice spot either. It's here right at the front of his base. It's at the top of the hill as well. So all in all, I wouldn't say this is not a very good map. As you can see, Mr. Yo is here, the first one to try to scout his enemy. He's gonna be able to spot that boar, and if he does spot it, that's for sure he's gonna be trying to steal it. He's gonna see it. I think he's gonna see it. Let me go into his point of view. He can see it right now. No, it's left to be seen. Is he going to try to steal it? No, apparently not. Vinchester is there waiting for him. He's got a scout right there. He's going to be trying to block Mr. Yo from any stealing attempt. Of course, he's going to try to go for that first spore. Mr. Yo, he's waiting for this. Is he going to try to lame the villager? He's in the perfect spot. No, he's going to be a good guy. He's going to be a good sports. Is Yo going to be a good sports? No. Well, actually, he's actually trying to help the villager, making his path back to safety to the TC. Everything is going to roll okay here for Vinchester. The first sport is going to land nice and easy under the TC. Perfect placement for that boar. No problem so far for Vinchester. Let's take a look at how does Mr. Yo's map look like. He's got a much better wood, as you can see here. Very close to his TC at the very back side of his map. What about the gold? Gold not really good as well. He's very far away from his TC. Yeah, I guess he can put a TC here once he comes to Castle Age, but still not really in a very good position. The right side of his base seems to be very open itself. You have to keep in mind that this player, especially Yo, he doesn't shy away from very big walls, and he likes to start them very early into the game. But I would have to think this would be way too big for him to try to start walling, but you never know. The left side does seem to be a little bit open as well. I guess there's the possibility to do a couple of palisades here, on the left side as well. I'm just not sure if he's going to go for that this time around. Taking a look at the villager distribution, I can see 3 villagers on wood. That's most times indicates that it's going to be a scout rush. 4th villager going to wood. Now that could change things a little bit around. Let's take a look and see if this villager is going to land safely under the TC. He's with a very low HP. I think everything is going to be alright, and it's very interesting to know that usually Mr. Yo starts taking the first damage on the board with a TC. I guess this time around he was not that confident. He's not going to try to do those risky things that he's been able to do in other games. I guess this time around he realizes what it's at stake here. He's not going to take any chances. Vinchester is now able to spot his enemy TC as well. He can see everything from Mr. Yo's map. Let's take a look. Well, he can see where the gold is. He can see where the berries are. I guess he would be searching for the wood line. He's searching around and around. He knows exactly that the TC is most likely going to be at that side of Mr. Yo's base. Is going to be going around. He will spot the stone. Very, very soon he will spot the wood. Let's try to go back to his base and try to understand what is his strategy going to be. 4 villagers on wood. I would have to assume that this is not going to be a rush because there's a couple of farms laid down already. So apparently this is going to be a scout rush by Vinchester. Just now he was able to spot the wood line of Yo as well. And considering that Mr. Yo has got 2 farms as well, it looks to me very much like this is going to be a scout rush versus a scout rush. A loom should be going on the way for Mr. Yo. There it is. What about Vinchester? Loom at roughly the same time, 2 seconds earlier. But there's no doubt here, guys, in my opinion, it looks very much to me like this is going to be a scout rush, possibly followed with, no, I don't think this is going to be a forward. Probably it's Mr. Yo sending these villagers to another wood patch. Or is it? Or is it? No, I think this is the first forward of the game. Mr. Yo is sending a couple of villagers forward. Vinchester was at the right place at the right time. Nope. Is it going to be a lumber camp? Let's take a look at that. It's going to be a lumber camp. So no forward this time around for Mr. Yo. It's, just as we said before, very, very likely going to be scout rush protected. What about Mr. Yo? Of course, he's going to try to take control of that hill. That sounds to me like a very reasonable spot to place his buildings too. Vinchester is the first one to lay down his barracks. As you can see, no militia whatsoever. It's pretty much, I'm quite sure it's going to be a scout rush from both players. At some point in time, he will try to wall here the front side as well to make sure that this gold is protected. What about Mr. Yo? Of course, he's going to try to take control of that hill. That sounds to me like a very reasonable spot to place his buildings too. Vinchester is the first one to lay down his barracks. As you can see, no militia whatsoever. It's pretty much, I'm quite sure it's going to be a scout rush from both players. As you can see, it's only a 3-second difference between both players. Both went for 22 pop. You many times will end up seeing a 21 population scout rush. I guess none of the players wants to risk it that much. There's a lot of stake here, as it just says. Yo is the first one to be trying to lure a couple of deer under his CC. Nice job here by him. It's going to give him a very nice food boost. There goes the stable for Vinchester, and I would be very surprised to not see a stable for Mr. Yo. There it is, a stable as well. Scout rush on scout rush. Vinchester trying to be a little bit annoying here. Try to attract Yo's attention. Make sure he's gonna be a bit overwhelmed, but I guess both players way too experienced to actually be distracted by something like that. As you can see, both players should be doing bit axe and horse collar. There it goes that for Yo. I would assume that Vinchester is on the exact same thing. Trying to get a couple of hits here and there is Vinchester with a scout. As you can see, both scouts are roughly with the same HP. I guess Yo just lost a little bit more than Vinchester, and I like to see this, guys. I like to see this much better than just a Drush FC strategy that many times ends up being the case when there's a lot at stake between 2 players. So far, there's absolutely no walls to how much could be expecting for. The second lumber camp for Vinchester was, by the way, on the spot that was sort of expecting him to see. There it is at the right side of the base. Everything seems perfect to me. It looks like both players are going to try to be aggressive here straight away. Vinchester's got 2 scouts versus the 3 scouts for Mr. Yo. Needs to be on point here. Go back with that scout. Of course, it's a 3v2 situation. You don't want to risk it at this point of the game. Bringing in his 3rd scout, making it a 3 versus 3 situation. Trying to get a couple of hits here and there. Mr. Yo just not going to allow it. He's going to be scouting around for Vinchester's base as well, trying to see a spot to hit. Let me see, how much can he see from Vinchester base? I guess he can see the wood right there. I would assume he can see the other wood right there too. There it is. Both players have got very good information in each other. They know exactly where they should be going for. Mr. Yo seems to be the first one to bring in a spear. Spear have got a very good attack bonus against scouts. So Vinchester will be trying to avoid any single hit that those spearmen could be doing to his scouts. There it is. He's not even going to risk it. Going to wait for his 5th scout to arrive and maybe then try to engage as long as the spearman is not in the line of sight of his scouts. Mr. Yo bringing a 5th one, a 6th one, even to the battlefield. Of course, it's a little bit closer from his base, so Vinchester might need to wait for the 6th one. There it is, 6th one on the way. Very similar stats by both players at this point. You guys can always check my dashboard here. On the bottom side of my overlay of my game, you can see the number of villages right here. You can see the number of military units right here as well. It's 10 for Mr. Yo. It's 7 for Vinchester. I would assume the advantage of Mr. Yo is only the spearman. Of course, as I can see, there's no such thing from Vinchester. Vinchester seems to be transitioning now to those archers. That's once more pretty much the most expected thing from a hunt war. Once you start with scouts, you eventually end up transitioning to archers or maybe knights, but archers is definitely the most common one. You can see how both players are still playing this very cautiously. Bloodlines on the way for Vinchester. This could be a very important upgrade and could sort of indicate that he wants to keep doing scouts. He does realize he's got quite a nice amount of them. He didn't suffer any major hits on those. he needs to be waiting until the bloodlines upgrade is finished. For those of you not familiar with the Age of Empires vocabulary, bloodlines is pretty much a very important upgrade that gets extra HP to those scouts. I like the position of Vinchester here. I'm not sure that Yo actually realizes that he's got the bloodlines already. Still seems to be winning the fight for whatever reason. This may turn any point now. Mr. Yo seems to be taking the best position now. No, it's definitely going to be Vinchester's fight. There it is. It's a 4v2. One of them just ends up dying, and the bloodlines upgrade for Mr. Yo was pretty much wasted. I would have to assume that he did not see that on time. This is obviously so well done by Vinchester. He started fighting before he had the bloodlines, and only then waited for that to finish, so to make sure that Yo does not spot that. Very, very nicely done here by Vinchester. Ends up winning the first battle of the game. You can see that Mr. Yo is pretty much left with only one scout at this point. Let's go back to his point of view. He's got two more coming. Going for a double stable. Now this is interesting. Apparently it's going to be a full scouts here from Mr. Yo. Would be very, very important for Vinchester to spot this on time, and considering how open Vinchester's map is, you can see there's no palisades whatsoever in his base. This could be a nice option here by Mr. Yo. I just don't like the fact that he's going now for double stable. Now that he lost the first scout fight, I'm not sure this is the right thing to do, but let's take a look. What is he going to do? You can see the first armor upgrade is going to come up here for those scouts. It's going to be the +1 armor. There it is. Still missing the +1 attack, and it's very, very important for Vinchester to spot this. Let me go into his point of view. Let me make sure he can. No, he can't see the double stable. So he might still be assuming that there's archers coming on from Mr. Yo as well. I repeat, it would be incredibly important for Vinchester to spot that on time. I guess he needs to be clicking one of those scouts to see that there's the upgrade there, and then he would definitely assume that there's scouts coming from Mr. Yo. Mainly scouts and no archers at this point. I guess at this time he could click one of those scouts, and he could know that most likely Mr. Yo is going to be going here for full scouts. What is he going to do against this? Let's go into his point of view. A couple more spears. Perfect reaction in my opinion, of course. This guy is not going to risk it in any way. Well, just as we said before, spearmen have got a very, very good attack upgrade against scouts. Pretty much the natural counter to those scouts. These archers will definitely need the fletching. It is there already, so Vinchester seems to be in a nice spot here, in my opinion. One of the stables is idle, so apparently Mr. Yo is letting the gold stack up a little bit too much. He might want to take away one of those villagers, maybe two of those villagers, and make sure he drops farms of those villagers, making sure the food income is going to keep rising and rising at the same time. There's Vinchester trying to hit here the wood line of Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo was very proactive against this. He walled all this wood line. As you can see, there won't be any chance of Vinchester doing any kind of damage there. As we just said before, Vinchester does not have any armor. He's not going for full scout. But what is Mr. Yo going to be able to do here? Unfortunately for Vinchester, he wasn't able to close this on time. His army seems to be a little bit misplaced here. He's going to just run here into the wood line of Vinchester. Apparently, there's nothing stopping Mr. Yo from absolutely obliterating these villagers. Fortunate here by Vinchester. Unfortunate, very unfortunate by Vinchester. He's definitely going to end up losing all those villagers. His army was misplaced. Unfortunately, there goes the first villager. The second one on the way for sure. A third one would be on the line here for Mr. Yo. I guess the fourth one, yeah, the last one can still survive, but a very bad engagement here for Vinchester. Nice spot here by Yo. Getting the first couple of kills on that wood line, that could be very, very important. Let's take a look at the number of villagers. As you can see, that pulls the advantage of villagers here towards Mr. Yo's favor. As you can see, it's a 42 against a 38 villager advantage here. While Mr. Yo seems to be the first one just about to click up to Castle Age. There you go. He's the first one to click up to Castle Age. He made a market. He's gonna go, yeah, he's gonna go now for archers, so left to be seen if he's gonna start adding a couple of cavalry archers, or he's gonna be keeping those knights, gonna be start doing knights, or a combo, just a unit combo of both units with cavalry archers and knights could be a very nice possibility too. Vinchester is now able to click up to Castle Age. I would assume he's going to be going for crossbows and at some point transition to cavalry archers. Pretty much what you are expecting, what you would be expecting to see from someone that goes scouts into archers. you've got to wonder, these amount of archers, couldn't they do a huge amount of damage at Yo's economy? I do think so. I do think so. Yo is going here to the right side. There's nothing he can do there. A whole lot of spearmen out there waiting for him. And I do feel like Vinchester shouldn't be losing too much time here. He needs to go forward with those archers. He seems to be very safe here. There's not really much that Mr. Yo can do with those scouts. They've got loads of upgrades, that's true, but he seems to have enough spearmen to defend this. So I would wish for him to go forward. That's what he's going to do now. Hopefully for him, he's going to be able to catch a couple of villagers here and there. He's going to go straight to the gold or probably the wood line. Both options would be good. Going for skirmishers is Mr. Yo here. Skirmishers and a couple of scouts are there too. I guess you will be able to see a couple of knights too once Mr. Yo gets it to Castle H. Looks like the food is missing for a whole lot of knights. Looks like we'll need to wait a little bit before he's got enough economy to spam loads of knights. Vinchester losing too much time here, in my opinion, with those archers. He should be trying to go aggressive with them. He really does not need to fear those scouts. They will not be able to do anything to his economy. I would really hope for it to see Vinchester going very, very aggressive with these archers. And what about Mr. Yo? I guess if he wants to be really safe, a siege workshop could be a possibility. I guess he's going to go for elite skirmishers, as you can see here, the top right side of my overlay. Elite skirmisher being upgraded. The +2 attack needs to be there. Otherwise, there's no way these skirmishers are going to be enough to fight the huge amount of crossbows coming here to Mr. Yo's way. I guess Vinchester is going to be microing this the way he needs to. Perfectly done. He's not going to be really scared of those light cavalry. They're still missing the +2 upgrade. And I think I like this, that Mr. Yo is going for the +2 attack on those elite skirmishes before he's actually going to go for the +2 armor on those light cavalry. University on the way. That means we're surely going to see first ballistics here from Vinchester. That's a very important upgrade too. I just wish that Vinchester wasn't so cautious. I just wish he would be attacking a little bit more. He seems to be so afraid of going forward with those archers. He could be doing so much damage to this wood line here. Just imagine. Anyway, let me see if Mr. Yo is going to be able to do anything himself. He's got a very nice amount here of light cavalry. I think Vinchester has just seen this now. He's got a couple of cavalry archers waiting here. Not enough, really. Not enough. Yeah, he needs to go back with all those villagers. I just assumed Vinchester was going to do the same. There it is. He starts attacking. Now he's going to take a lot of villagers there, that's for sure. He's going to lose a couple in the process too. There go the spearmen. That's a good job here by Vinchester, only losing one villager so far. And I guess these cavalry archers are going to be enough to do the damage, but a whole lot of villagers went down there from Mr. Yo. So nice job here by Vinchester. He knows exactly where he wants to go next. He's going to be trying to move to the second wood line. And of course, Mr. Yo is waiting for that. He's got a couple of skirmishers here. I think it still does not have the ballistics upgrade. So that should be still enough for Vinchester to just try to out-micro them. As you can see, the light cavalry are still doing the damage here. You can see that Vinchester is still having a little bit of trouble trying to get rid of them. It's still only +1 upgrade for those light cavalry. They're still missing the +2 armor, so maybe Vinchester should be able to actually clear this once he's got enough cavalry archers. The only problem for him, in my opinion, is that he's got only 3 archery ranges. You usually see 4 archery ranges. I guess the 4th one is on the way here. No, that's going to be another stable, so nice option for him too. Seems to be trying to move away here. Looks to me like he's not going to try to engage in this archer on skirmisher fight. Yeah, we'll have to give him... Yeah, I'll have to say he's right here. It's just too many skirmishes. Why risk it? There's just absolutely no reason to risk it at this point. Economy is roughly the same at this point. You can see that's 49 villagers for Yo. It's 47 villagers for Vinchester. None of the players got a huge advantage here. Military numbers roughly the same. Of course, Vinchester is going to have more since he's investing more on cheaper units like the crossbows and the cavalry archers. But keep in mind that Yo is still... Well, he had a couple of light cavalry. Let me see if he's going to be going for knights. No, apparently he won't be going for knights just yet. He still got a... I thought he got a couple of light cavalry left. Apparently he just lost all of them. He's going to be trying to raid a little bit with these cavalry archers here on the right side. He might be able to get a couple of hits here and there. Vinchester, of course, doing the right thing. He's going to switch into knights as well. He's going to add up to knights, not really switch to knights. to try to counter those skirmishers. And do keep in mind that these knights are so powerful against skirmishers. Skirmishers do literally no damage, especially when the knights have got so many armors, so many pierce armors. You can see he's going to be trying to fight here. This could be a very nice fight for him. He could even be trying to stop that TC from Yo. I'm not sure if he's able to see this now. He might be a little bit distracted by that here. He should be trying to do at the same time. He's raiding here the gold line and the wood line, and Mr. Yo is doing such a nice damage here. Vinchester is going to be able to stop this TC. Mr. Yo is going to be in trouble here. He's definitely going to be in trouble. More and more villages are going down, and do keep in mind that Vinchester's got ballistics, so every hit is a kill here by Vinchester. What a nice damage done here by Vinchester. You can take a look at the villagers now. It's 52 against 43. Such an aggressive player. Such an aggressive player. What a player. Amazing skills from this young Russian player. Vinchester seems to seize a very nice advantage here against Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo now still only on 1 TC, and Vinchester, as you can see, he's got his second TC up, so he's even gonna pull further and further ahead on that economic advantage. And at this point, there's just not enough numbers for Mr. Yo to try to counter this. I would have to wonder, what is Mr. Yo gonna try to do with these villagers? I'm not sure if he was trying to go forward with those, but definitely not gonna happen. Vinchester says, no sir, not gonna happen, not on my watch. He's gonna be taking more and more hits here. He's taking the top of the hill. He's got ballistics. He's got the economical advantage. He's got the army advantage. This is looking very, very good. Game 1 looking very, very good here for Vinchester. But don't pull away. Don't just completely write off Yo. He's still a very resourceful and a very skilled player. He knows what to do in every single situation. Needs to be trying to fight off this army here from Vinchester that's still doing a whole lot of damage here on the left side. Picking up more and more cavalry archers left and right and left. He's just gonna call it GG. He's not even gonna try any further. It's the GG. Game 1 goes to Vinchester. And what an amazing display of skill from the Russian prodigy. Let's take a look at the achievements, and this is just really a total destruction game. You can see unit skill 70 against 40. Economy, of course, he had what he wanted. He wanted wood and gold. That's the resources that he needs, and he got them. He's got more villagers, no huge surprise there, and it's gonna be the 1-0 even for Vinchester. Let's try to fix the score here. A very powerful performance here by Vinchester, and looks to me like Yo was a little bit surprised by that. An amazing performance here by Vinchester. Let's wait a couple more minutes, guys, and we will be into game 2. Game 2 is gonna be a Byzantine War.